Okay, people. So now it's July 4th. Sorry. July 14th. 2014. July 14th. 2019. I just want to say there is a big part of me, people, that doesn't even want to be on this planet. I'm tired. I'm tired of being born a small woman, having to fight for opportunity and having it constantly taken away, having to fight for human rights just to be able to exist on this planet without people taking advantage of you because you're small and you're a woman and you don't have people around you to fight for you. You have actually the opposite, people around you that depend on you to fight for them. Talking like over the years, right? Like I used to fight for Uncle John, right? I'd stick up for Uncle John. I'd stick up for the family, you know, whatever. Founded a nonprofit. I stick up for the community that's the most vulnerable, that are being preyed upon by those elites that enjoy hurting others. You know. And then I try and stay focused, right? In terms of staying strong for my family, trying to stay strong for the foundation, for the community, whatever, for my grandkids. And then I'm being chipped away, people. I'm being chipped away because my whole life has been turned upside down. You know, first it was Andre. Our lives were turned upside down. And I took a lot of flack for that because when the kids were upset or whatever, you know, everything became my fault. I was the target. Right? I was the one that they took their displaced anger out on because I was the one that it was safe. Right? Murray, stop it. Stop fidgeting. Okay? And then Uncle John went missing. Same shit happened all over again. You know, kids went into destruct mode, whatever, acting out, you know, rebelling, just whatever. Whatever fucking humans do. And through it all, people, I was the workhorse. You know, doing the majority of the work in a grunt sense, not just work, people. I work myself to exhaustion. And it's been like that at a steady pace, even before I moved into this house. But it's worse in this house because of the yard. Like, my sewing has completely gone to the wayside. And just as I get caught up with things, something else fucking happens. And now, like, with having Amari, I'm really behind in the yard now because I'm doing this stuff. Like, I have to make juice again, right? So, I'm going to be juicing today. Watermelon. I'm going to juice beets today, people, and I'm going to pasteurize the beets because it's a root, right? And I'm going to mix some beet juice in with a little bit of watermelon juice. And because it works. Because I can't do it on a daily basis. But it's going to take up my whole day, people. Right? And then, when Shmei died, I absorbed, baby things. Right? Baby chairs, baby high chair, baby, what is it called? Playpen, baby crib, just baby clothes all over the place, baby diapers, baby bottles, just baby responsibilities now, right? So I don't get out in the yard that much anymore. And when I do, I'm really tired because I'm not well. And this is something that my kids, my two remaining kids, my oldest son, Brooks, he's out and about doing whatever Brooks does. He's not around helping with nothing. Okay? I haven't seen Brooks since the last time he was at the house. And it isn't that funny. I put up a video of Brooks being drunk in the house, acting like an idiot. And because Uncle John's family didn't want to get caught with what they did with Uncle John, they took that video and they phoned up MCFD and had MCFD come over here threatening me to kick out my oldest son because he was drunk in the house one time on a video. But by the time they showed up, I had already kicked him out, people. So they couldn't say anything. But they came here to basically tell me to kick him out because of one video that I uploaded with my son being drunk. But if you notice, they're not doing shit about Julian. Nobody does shit about Julian. They're not doing anything about Julian because I was the one who filed the paperwork in terms of putting the application in through family court for permanent guardianship over Amari. And because they don't want to get involved, right, through a different act. There's two acts. There's the Family Relations Act, which is what I've got going with Julian. And then there's the Children and Family Something Something Act, which is directly related to MCFD, Ministry of Children and Family Development, which some people would call Child Protection Services. Okay? They don't want to get involved. Right? They have no reason to get involved with me. Because I've already been through it with Andre. But the thing is, how is it that Julian, with all this shit around him, right? You've been following the story, can hide out in the shadows, people, have Amari delivered and dropped off and picked up and, do all these things. For everybody else is doing all this stuff for Julian as he's hiding out in the fucking shadows. And, because he's avoiding trial, it's not going in front of a judge, so it just prolongs it even longer, right? But, why isn't MCFD involved saying, hey, the guy's a drug dealer, it's pretty fucking apparent, right? Or, people are dropping off like flies around him, maybe he's not safe for the baby. But instead, the court's got everybody delivering the baby to him and dropping the baby off for him while he sits in the fucking shadows. Egging everybody on. As people are dying around him. But I put up one video with my son having, being drunk, acting like an idiot. And I got MCFD showing up at my door. Right? Just like when I uploaded that video of Sierra in the bathroom downstairs with Mr. Nice Guy saying, here, take your stuff, even though he sells that shit. Right? And I've got cops running around my house at 1:30 in the morning because somebody seen that video that I uploaded from 2016 or whatever it was of Sierra in the basement with her problem. Because they're stalking my YouTube channel, trying to get me to lose my grandkids. Like, how much can a person take, people? Why do people think why do people assume that I even want to live? It should have been me who died, not Shimei. Right? I don't even know why I'm here. I don't even want to be here, people. In terms of this planet. Okay? So, my kids, they're insecure with the whole situation. Andre, boomerang. Uncle John, boomerang. Shimei, boomerang. And all these public union sectors being completely fucking negligent around all three of them. So my kids have a right to feel insecure and confused and hurt and angry and frustrated and feel terrorized and don't know what's coming next. And of course, I'm the easy target, right? In terms of when they want to act out, pick a fight with mom, they can blame me for everything, whatever the fuck it is that they want to blame me for the moment, because something else is bugging them. And then they walk away and I feel like shit and I don't even want to be here, people. I don't even want to fucking be here anymore. I'm tired. I'm tired of holding up the fucking fort. I'm not tired of holding up the torch for Shimei or Uncle John. I'm just tired of holding up the fort in general. They want me to clear out the basement. Beating me up over having things in the basement. As if it's my fault. All of a sudden. Because what happened was, we moved in here. I had to get furniture, get dishes, do whatever, right? To accommodate Uncle John and Auntie Joan down in the basement when we first moved in. Marcaine didn't really care at that time because it wasn't his thing, right? Sierra, she ate on the same table that I brought in, and, I bought dishes, and, I bought their own bread machine, and, I didn't want my bread machine going down, so I bought a bread machine going down. But what's happening now is Uncle John and Auntie Joan aren't down there no more. Sierra's gone, and, Shimei, and so they don't want the bread machine, so I have to bring the bread machine upstairs. Otherwise, I'm expected to throw it out. I'm using the bread machine as an example. So all these things, I'm expected to throw out now, people. Just to clear out the space. And I'm saying, well, if you want an empty fucking suite, I went through this with Shimei, people. If you want an empty fucking suite, most kids leave the house and go get their own place. But the economy has kind of made it where you can't do that anymore. Unless you're making $70,000, $80,000 a year. And even then, what you're going to get in terms of a place after you pay your bills and everything, especially if you have a student loan to pay off like my son. So, we're back to that full circle. You're a hoarder, you need to get rid of everything so that I can have an empty space and, make my own life, because your life is unimportant now, Mom. Get rid of your shit. It's just material shit. Just get rid of it. Because what's important is that I have an empty space. And when I'm already feeling like I don't want to be on this planet, people, it just makes me want to fucking leave. It makes me want to walk out the fucking door and get on the fucking highway and just keep on fucking walking until I'm gone. Okay? Right? If you want to start chucking out my shit that I've accumulated over years as I'm being bankrupt by corporations, Fraser Health Authority, twice people, Uncle John and Shimei, and quite possibly Amari. Shimei was in contractions for 3 days. She went to the hospital for 2 days before they admitted her. Okay? And then at the last minute, they decide to give her a fucking C-section. Look how he came out. Right? sounds kind of suspicious to me. So anyway, like, you know, I just can't handle it. I am doing the best I can. As I'm taking things out of the basement, I'm having to bring it upstairs. And I've already absorbed all this baby stuff, which I never had room for to begin with. As I'm getting further and further behind in the yard, because I get limited help with watching Amari. Tisha helps, yes, but not as much as I need at this point in terms of being that grunt worker and holding up the fort where the people around me take that part for granted as they're telling me to start chucking out my shit. As I'm saying, well, why don't you wait until I'm dead? Then you can come in with a big fucking truck and throw it all fucking out. Basically. Right? Or you can move. Because it didn't bother you before. But since you can't move, you know, I moved out this, I moved out this, I moved out that. Like, what more do you want me to move out? Well, and I'm like, I can't handle it, man. I can't fucking handle it, people. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this planet for. I don't know how long I'm going to be on this planet for. Okay? If I have no value, because that's basically what they're telling me. When they want to start throwing out my shit that I've accumulated over the years, and I'm hanging on to it because maybe one day I can go do another park event, or maybe I can go do something outside of the business and take Andre with me, take a little Lay with me. Yeah, maybe you don't want to do that, but you know, maybe the kids want to do that, or maybe I can get back into my sewing and use that fleece that I can make some nice little fleece outfits for the kids, you know, after the yard is, like, the pond is in and all this bricklaying is done and all this shit's done. You know, maybe I can get back into sewing. I haven't sewed for years, people. But don't forget, I got all this fucking paperwork that I do by myself. Nobody helps me with that. Nobody. Right? Absolutely nobody. As it's taking over my life, as Fraser Health Authority is throwing on more of their garbage into my life, Uncle John, Shimei, have to follow up with Amari. That's all Fraser Health Authority, people. That's 3 individuals that they have injured in my family. And I'm the only one that does the paperwork around that, as I'm being badgered to get rid of my shit. Children's games, VCR videos that at some point we watch, right? Because I can't afford cable per se. I have it right now, but eventually I'm going to be disconnecting it, and then we get into the videos. But I'm expected to take all the videos that are on the shelf out of that living room downstairs, even though they've been down there for 10 fucking years. I have no place to put those videos, people. Well, bring them upstairs. I can't bring them upstairs because this upstairs is the equivalent of a garage in terms of square footage as if it was in a monster home. Okay? And I'm already packed up full with it because I do have equipment from when I used to do park events. I do have fabric that I should be sewing with, but I never get a chance to because I'm always running around trying to hold up a fort that people are trying to implode from the inside as if I have no value, which makes me want to leave the planet. So, I'm going to juice today. I was going to cook a turkey, but I'm mad. I'm not cooking the turkey today. Because they're going to start ripping up that floor downstairs, right? And my son came up and, well, you know, like I'm talking about, well, this is how we're going to get rid of the garbage. Next thing you know, he says, well, I want to get a bin. And I said, a bin? We don't need a bin. Oh, yeah, we need to do this and that. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? You want to start chucking out everything? Like, if that's the case, I might as well just get on that fucking highway, people. I'm serious. I might as well just get on that fucking highway and disappear into the big black abyss. If you want to get rid of shit like that, and you don't want to go out on your own, you want me to really go, Mom? I said, well, no, obviously I don't want you to leave the house, but at the same time, don't expect me to get rid of everything, especially if there's some of that shit I'm still using to build shit with. I'm sorry, I'm not superhuman. I can't go out there with a fucking hammer, carry this, carry that, saw this, saw that, climb up a ladder, hammer all this shit in there by myself. I try. And I gotta do on top of the rafters. Technically, I shouldn't have to do the rafters, people, but if I want to live here, I have to. I want to clear out the garage just as much as he does. But do you know how much energy it takes to get out a skill saw at my size, with my size hand, and after doing everything else that I do in a fucking day, day after day after day after fucking day after fucking day after fucking day, to the point it is beyond exhaustion? I am past exhaustion. And when you get to a point of being past exhaustion in terms of your body, not to mention this shit with the pressure and everything that goes on in my head, most people have a nervous breakdown. The body just shuts down. I'm swelling up, people. Maybe there's something wrong with me. I don't know if I'm gaining weight or maybe it's something else. Because I work on exhaustion. You throw in ragging me to get rid of shit, and I'm already wanting to leave this planet? I don't want to be here, people. There is nothing good about the world anymore. People are not safe. Children are not safe. If you live in an environment where you're not safe, where your family is not safe, why the fuck would you want to be here? You don't. But I have to. And that's the thing. I have to until my last moment of breath. But it doesn't help when you don't want to be here anymore. Because you're tired of it. I'm tired of the fucking arguments with anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. Or regardless of why. But we know we got arguments with Fraser Health on two fronts. We know that we've got fucking arguments with CIBC Bank, at least for now, on one front. Right? How did they switch hands with this money, with the selling of Shimei's organs? Her organs were harvested illegally. Where did that money exchange come in from? What bank? I'd like to know. But I'm expected to throw out all the paperwork so that my remaining kids can have free reign of the fucking house. Right? I'm just using paperwork as an example. I'm expected to do the paperwork, have it take over my living space, and then if it encroaches their living space, I'm expected to just throw it out. And then I get beat up for not doing the paperwork in a timely manner. I don't mean beat up, but emotionally. Because I didn't do my job as a mother in terms of following up with the paperwork. Or whatever. I didn't do my job as a mother by getting up underneath those fucking rafters to hammer up wood with 2x4s in there. As a mother. as I do these things, exhausted. Completely, physically exhausted. So I'm fighting that I don't want to be here situation. And I just know that when you think like that, you know, it's one of those situations, be careful for what you ask for. Right? Because if you're already feeling like that, like there's no reason to be on this planet, none. There is no value in you as a human being. Whether it's your belongings, whether it's your opinion, whether it's your position in life as a mother. If I have no value as a mother to my own kids, and even my own kids can't respect me and see what I'm going through, and they just want to walk all over me and bamboozle me and toss me and my shit off to the side or into the garbage can because they're frustrated with their own fucking lives? Yeah, what's the point? What's the point of being around, people? They're going to have all this soon enough. That's what I tell them. Soon enough. It's not going to be long before you get this shit. And what you do with it after I'm gone, poof, I'm gone and nothing moves. And then you come in here and you'll stand here and nothing will move. The only thing that will be gone will be me. That's it. Then you can do what you want with it because I won't see it. I won't be there to see how you destroy everything I tried to build up. And you see, that's the part. They don't understand that. I came in, I had Auntie Joan. I had to think of Joan first. So I set her up with her own little fucking kitchen, you know, all this shit, whatever. Sure, I took over a part for food storage. Sure, I took over the fucking storage room for the canopies, for the park event, and that kind of stuff, you know, right? And fucking crafts and whatever, right? You know, you open it up. It's all valuable. It's all valuable shit, but I'm supposed to fucking just throw it out in the fucking garbage. Throw out the fucking bongo drums. Just throw them out, people. $700 fucking bongo drums. Just throw them fucking out. Do you see where I'm going with that?